Hi everybody, my name is Lsevier and welcome back to my channel. I think it is super appropriate that this video was like a few days late considering the subject material. Specifically, what to do as a pantser in Preptober. Yep, I'm definitely a pantser. I have ADHD, I am unmedicated, and outlines are my enemy. So there's that. This year for NaNoWriMo, I'm actually going to be considering myself a plantser instead of a pantser, but I do not have any sort of hard outline or anything like that. Basically, I know a couple of broad stroke points because I'm going to be drafting book 2 in my young adult fantasy series, the first of which is Songs of Autumn. I don't know if you can see my cover back here that is blown up. So hopefully that book will be coming out fall of 2020. And while that is getting ready for publication, it would be really cool to dive back into the world and get book 2 drafted. So that's what I'm going to be working on during NaNoWriMo, which is tentatively the second book is being called Songs of Winter. So I'm considering myself a plantser this year, which I normally never do. Normally I literally fly by the seat of my pants and just figure it out as I go, and that's what I do. And I don't have anything to do during Preptober because I don't prep. But this year, I have decided to come up with a list of things that fellow pantsers or plantsers who don't need to spend a ton of time on, building character arcs and outlines and using index cards and Scrivener and all kinds of other things that we can do during Preptober as pseudo prep. And it's fun stuff. So here are my list of things. It's going to be 7 things. I added the last one just a few minutes ago. But thing number 1 that you can do as a pantser or a plantser during Preptober to prep for NaNoWriMo, mentally prepare. So what that means for me and in my life is I am going to be utilizing Stephen King's famous writing advice, read a lot and write a lot. So I've been writing a lot, and quite frankly, I needed a little downtime. So I'm going to read a lot, and I'm going to read a lot in my genre, which is young adult fantasy, and I'm going to be reading a lot of books that stem from Big 5 publishers in traditional publishing and indie and self-published authors. And yeah, I really just want to see what's being put out there. I want to keep that inspiration fire lit. I want to fall back in love with young adult fantasy since I've been in these editing trenches and everything that's been going on with me lately. I really just want to feel that spark again so that when I am starting to draft book 2 in my songs series, I can really just enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed drafting Songs of Autumn. So that is what I'm going to be doing, and I suggest that mentally preparing, if that means, taking some time for yourself for self-care or doing some meditation, listening to some audiobooks, listening to some music, whatever it is that puts you in a good frame of mind. That is my number 1 recommendation for what to do to prep during Preptober as a pantser or a plantser is to take care of your mental health and to mentally prepare for the marathon, not the sprint that NaNoWriMo is. Because let's face it, it's stressful, people. Number 2, Nano profile update. So you can customize your Nano profile a lot more. And for those of you who don't know, who maybe didn't participate in Nano before, or maybe you haven't gone to check out the new website, they do have a new website now. So what does that mean? That means you can customize things. You may want to go and change your bio. You may want to change your profile pic. I added a fancy background up at the top where it says how many years I participated and my total word count and all of that that I made on Zazzle, which is super fun. And so, yeah, I got to enjoy sort of updating my profile, and I found an image for mock cover art for my book this year and wrote up a little blurb, and I got to link my Pinterest board. Very, very fun stuff. So go check out the new website And update your profile. Tinker with it. Get it, exactly how you want it. Be specific. Why not? You're going to be logging in every single day in November. You might as well love what you're looking at. Anyway, number 3, playlists and inspo boards. So this is something super fun that I love about drafting for me, is that because I have a small baby at home and a husband who likes to watch television, God forbid, sometimes I really have to plug in my headphones and just like tune everybody out so I can get that word count in. That's super, super important for me. Otherwise, there are days that I'm not going to meet the goal, and when those days start stacking up, then you're like 7,000 words behind before you know it, and it can get really overwhelming and you feel like you're never going to catch up again. So the way that I avoid that is I use music and playlists, and I'm actually going to do a video on this later because I am in cardiology. There's a little bit of science behind how I sort of pick the songs on my playlist and everything. I use songs with downbeats and at least 120 beats per minute. So the reason I do that is because it helps my keys find the rhythm faster so that I can keep writing in a certain rhythm, and it makes me not want to mess up the rhythm, so I find that I write even more words. Anyway, so I carefully cultivate during the month of October. I'm going to be carefully cultivating my playlist, which is going to be basically just my WHIP playlist with a few extras thrown in that are going to be songs of winter, which is my working book 2 title, appropriate for inspiration. So that is something that I can be doing. Also, all year, as I've been thinking about songs of winter and drafting this book and all the twists and turns that I'm so excited about in the character development and learning about new characters and cultures and things that are going to be explored in my book, I have been down the rabbit hole of Pinterest a lot. Like a lot. And so cultivating your Pinterest inspiration board is also something that can help you whenever you're feeling like you're in a rut or stuck around those middle weeks in November. So I definitely recommend, if you're a pantser or a plantser and you don't have a lot of time to outline, or you don't really feel like you have anything to do, go on Pinterest and just make a board. Anything that speaks to you or reminds you of your main character or supporting characters or a plot point or a scene or, I don't know, wardrobe. I have tons of wardrobe pictures. And I don't really spend that much time on description of the clothes, but I don't know. Maybe that's something that I'm going to branch out into in this book. So I'm excited about that. Also really cool for NaNoWriMo and the website, you can link your playlist in your inspiration board to like the profile for your project, your working project. So if anybody else wants to look at your inspiration and try and guess the twists and turns, they totally can. And I think that's amazing. So it's definitely something that you can do as a pantser in October to prep. Number 4, stock up on coffee, tea, snacks, cozy socks. Basically anything that will keep you motivated and writing. For me, coffee is the name of the game. I love my hot bean water like nobody's business. So we have already stocked up on coffee and have continued to stock up on coffee. Good coffee, like strong coffee, the stuff that I like splurge on. So I've been sort of like hoarding it like a little, I don't know, a little dragon. And I'm going to continue to do that until November so that I have plenty for when I really just need to stay up and get this idea out of my head and fully realize the scene. But yes, cozy socks, warm throw blankets, things that keep you comfortable, cozy, sitting where you normally sit, where you write or draft, and snacks and things so you're not having to get up every 5 minutes and, break up a scene. Stock up on that now during Preptober. That is something you can definitely do. Whenever you're getting your Halloween candy, grab you some tea or maybe a new tea mug because you want to look at something pretty while you're drafting. Do it. I am giving you permission. Number 5, prepare your family members. Yeah, this one I feel like is overlooked a lot, but depending on where in the world you live, November can be a holiday month for us here in the States and for anyone else who celebrates a holiday in November. And also there's Black Friday, which is terrifying in the States because people get trampled to death over like toasters. It's terrifying. Anyway, for me, a holiday month is really stressful, especially with a little baby and like many different families, my in-laws, my parents, grandparents, all of these people who want to see my son. And so it's very, very stressful for me and my husband, who is a first responder and works shift work, to try and ferry him to all of these different things. For us to go to every single thing, it's very time consuming. We have to worry about, if we bring things, what we bring, pulling names for Christmas stuff and preparing for Christmas during this time as well. So it's going to be important for you to talk to your family members and tell them and give them realistic expectations that if you're going to make your goal this month, that maybe you're going to have to bring your laptop with you. Maybe you're not going to be able to play Parcheesi 87 times. Maybe you can only play it 12. Maybe you have to leave just a little bit early or in a reasonable hour and you can't stay until 8 or 9 o'clock at night so that you can get home in time to finish those words. Also, when preparing your family, make sure you do it with soft gloved hands, okay? Just because you want them to be in your corner and cheering for you. You don't want to start a conflict before you're even in NaNoWriMo. Absolutely not. That's way too stressful. In NaNoWriMo, again, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So just kind of tell them, hey, I'm working towards this goal. It'll be really cool if you supported me. That may mean that I have to leave at a reasonable hour from dinner from your house. See where that takes you. Anyway, that's what I do. I prepare my family members for realistic expectations and make sure that they're not disappointed so that I can get home in time to draft. But of course, everybody's family is different. So I guess that advice is just sort of, if you can prepare your family, prepare them. Anyway, number 6, find your tribe. What does this mean? Buddies. Buddies. Buddies, buddies. All the buddies. If you want to be my buddy, my link will be down below. My name on NaNoWriMo, if you want to search, is the letter L and then my last name, Sevier, Sevier. I want all the buddies. I want to cheer you all on. I want you all cheering me on. I really, 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 really do. Why is this important? Well, because you need a cheering section on the days when it gets really hard to stick to your goal. You need somebody saying, it's okay if you don't meet the whole word count. You're still writing. It's okay if you have to skip a day because you're sick. Your health is more important. It's okay if you don't feel like you're going to win. You wrote words today. You're already a winner. You need those people lifting you up and making you feel like you can do anything. Because when you have those people behind you, even if you've never met them, then let me tell you, you can accomplish great things. Here on AuthorTube, I have met so many amazing people, and just with a video I posted, in the last week, I got so many uplifting, encouraging comments when I was feeling really low, and I can't tell you what that did for me and how that really affected me on a personal level. And it really, really just made me appreciate every single person in this community. So reach out. Let us help each other, lift each other up, and be a positive support system for each other. So find your tribe is number 6. And finally, number 7, the one I just added, is because the indomitable T.A. Woods actually just posted this in the AuthorTube Facebook group. So if you're not on AuthorTube, I will make sure to post this on Twitter. All of my social media links will be down below, so go check it out. My name there is @LaurenSevier. And Yes, so she actually suggested an Instagram challenge. And this is something that I struggle with because normally I don't like taking pictures unless they're like of my cute baby when he's being cute, which is like all the time. And like nobody wants to see 87 pictures of my son throwing turkey on the floor. Like, except for me. So, the point being, I really need to be better about being consistent on Instagram, and I think that that's a really cool challenge. I'm so excited that TA Woods posted that, and I'm going to be posting it on Twitter probably tonight or early tomorrow, so go check that out. But those are my 7 tips. I just want to say, everybody, like, you got this, okay? Preptober, NaNoWriMo, this is exciting stuff, you guys. We are creating things. We are creating change. We're creating worlds. We're creating fiction or nonfiction. You know what we're doing? The impossible. That's what we're doing. That's amazing. So, you all have this. If you're a pantser or a planter, I hope these recommendations helped you on kind of how you can fill your time during Preptober when you're not eating candy and trick-or-treating and getting in really cute costumes. I want to see them all, by the way. What is it that you do to prep for NaNoWriMo if you don't outline? That is something I would love to hear from you in the comments below. Also, it would be really cool if you liked, subscribed, and if you want to ring the bell, then you'll get notified for any updates from me and any new videos, which would be awesome. Anyway, this was a really fun video. I always keep forgetting the fact that I made a Patreon page and that I probably need to tell you guys about that. So I did start a Patreon page. If you're a fan of my content and you'd like to see my YouTube channel grow, or you'd like to support me on my journey to publication with Songs of Autumn, which I am tentatively saying will be published in fall of 2020, then it would be really cool if you checked out my Patreon page. It will also be linked down below. Anyway, I hope that this was a fun little short video for you guys. I hope you got a lot of a chuckle or two out of it because I am awkward and it's late at night. And yeah, y'all have a great day. Bye, guys.